Hey guys, if you've liked this video at the end, please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified, like and share. Enjoy!
Hey guys, this is all about the Department of Transportation's hours of service for truckers in the US. So today we're going to be learning about the 14-hour rule, the 11-hour rule, the 8-hour rule, and the 70-hour rule. To reset each of these rules, you will need to take a break of 10 hours for the 11 and 14-hour rule, 30 minutes for the 8, and 34 hours for the 70-hour rule. And if you can last to the end of the 70-hour rule, right afterwards I have a bonus video for the split sleeper rule. To be off duty, you cannot be doing any work-based activities, and you need to be outside and away from your truck, such as bathroom, restaurant, home time, not on customer property. To be in a sleeper berth line, you need to be in the sleeper part of the truck or behind closed curtains. Like if you were to be sitting in the driver's seat and the curtains around the windows are closed, that's fine. The driving line. All the time spent behind the wheel of the truck while the truck is in gear, regardless of the location you're at or the speed you are traveling at. You need to be using the on-duty line when you are working, not driving, like pre-tripping, post-tripping your equipment, fueling, chaining, backing up, working on your truck, on the dock of a customer, broke down on the side of the road, stuff like that. You cannot drive past the 14th hour of when you went on duty, or started driving. The green area is the 14-hour period that you are allowed to drive in. As you can see here, the 14 starts at 5 a.m. and finishes at 7 p.m. Here, it started at 1 a.m. Of course, we cannot drive past 3:30. A quick way to calculate your 14-hour clock. Instead of adding 14 hours to the time, just add 2, then add 12. Change the AM to PM or the PM to AM. 4:15 becomes 6:15 PM. 2:15 AM becomes 4:15 PM. 8 AM becomes 10 PM. And 12:30 AM becomes 2:30 PM. Now let's talk about the 8-hour rule. The 8-hour rule means that you cannot drive if you have gone 8 hours without a 30-minute break from the time you went on duty or started driving. Here we started at 5 a.m., so we need to be done by 1 p.m. But we had our 30-minute break at 8:30 and restarting our clock at 9 a.m., meaning we need another 30-minute break at 5 p.m. Our 8-hour clock was reset at 5:45 p.m., even though we have started our 10-hour break. Just remember, if you plan on working more than 8 hours, you will need to have at least one 30-minute break in your day. It's not a bad rule. I love having a mandatory 30-minute break. You can get a lot done in 30 minutes. Our 11-hour rule is pretty simple. After a 10-hour break, you are allowed to drive 11 hours within a 14-hour period. This little form over here is called a 70-hour recap. It helps you to keep track of your hours for the last 8 days, including the current day. The 70-hour rule takes a little longer to explain since we are dealing with 8 days, so you're just going to have to hang in there. On lines 1 through 7, we are going to total up the on-duty and driving from each day, line 1 being yesterday and line 7 being 7 days ago. Here we are going to total up the last 7 days. To get the number in this box, we will take the total hours from the last 7 days away from 70. That will tell us how many hours that we can drive today. And at the end of each day, we will take the total of the on-duty and driving, add them up, and we'll put them right here. You should make sure this is filled out before you start your day. You may figure out that you cannot drive at all today. So right here, I'm going to demonstrate the 70-hour rule for you. In our recap over here, we're going to put in the last 7 days. Yesterday, 11.25. Then 4.5, 10.25, 11.75, 7.25, 9.75, and 10.25. We are going to add up the total there, and we're going to get 65. So we're going to take that away from 70, and we get 5. So that means that we can only work 5 hours today. And at the end of the day, we will total up the driving and the on-duty. So the driving was 3.25, and the on-duty was 0.5, adding up to 3.75. So at midnight every day, we have a fresh log. All we're going to do is get rid of the 10.75 here. We're going to move all the numbers up, bring that 3.75 up, and now we're going to total them all up, and it's going to be 58. Take that away from 70 to tell us how many hours we have available today. So we have 12 hours available today. So again, we add up our driving and our on-duty. We have 9.75 plus 1 is 10.75. And we'll bring that down to hours worked today. and now it's midnight again. So we'll get rid of the 9.75 hours. We will bring up the 10.75 hours and bring it to yesterday. We will add them all up when we get 59 hours, leaving us with 11 hours to work today. So today we're not going to be working at all. We're going to be using the off-duty and the sleeper berth. And we have 0 driving, obviously, and 0 on duty. So we add them up. We get 0. We get rid of the 7.25, throw all those numbers up, bring the 0 up, add them all together, 51.75, take it away from the 70, 18.25. So in order to get our 70-hour reset, we need 34 hours consecutively off duty or in the sleeper. So the last time we were on duty was at 7:15 p.m. the day before yesterday. So as soon as we get to 5:15 a.m., which is 34 hours later, we now get a reset. And it's just like we haven't even worked for the last 8 days.
This is the most common reason why you want to do the split sleeper rule, is that you are unable to get a 10-hour break before your delivery or pickup appointment in the morning, and that you are not allowed to take your break on the property. So you have to find a place close by where you can legally park. So I have 1 hour left to drive on my 11-hour clock and 3.75 hours left on my 14-hour clock. So after I have had 8 hours in the sleeper, I am able to drive the 30 minutes to the customer, and with 30 minutes available to drive after that. Now I can take a minimum of 2-hour break in the sleeper or off duty to complete my 10-hour break legally. Then I drive like I didn't even do the split sleeper option, and making sure I stop 14 hours from when the 8-hour break finished.
If all of that was confusing about the split sleeper, if you click on the link above here on the top right of the screen, I have a 7 or 8 minute long demonstration. I have it linked at the very end of the video too. Well, thanks for watching this crazy video that took forever to make. I'm glad it's over. I hope it was educational. Please like, share, comment if you got any questions regarding the outer service. Thank you. Goodbye.